up if you can hear me, table 10. Thank you.
Dave's about to start the bingo.
Use the microphone.
You sit down, yeah.
Use the microphone. Use the microphone.
Can you bring it over, Jan?
No.
Can you pull it over a little bit?
No, it's
That's about as far as it'll go. It's plugged into the wall. It won't go any further.
God. Well, they're not going to see me, let them hear me.
Not possible.
Hello?
That's as far as it goes.
All right, Mary.
Shall I stand beside you?
No, you're all right. I've never used a microphone in my life. I've never needed a microphone. I've been a secondary school teacher for 34 years and I've never used a microphone in my life. But
Dave,
there we go. I'll have to use one today.
You never had an audience like this.
No, well, he's just stolen my first joke. The thing is, I'm very used to public speaking, but the trouble is with kids, they're not listening. So I've got a captive audience. Okay? So could I just first of all say thank you ever so much for coming. I know Lau and Catherine have thoroughly enjoyed the day. Well, I think Catherine has. I'm not sure about that.
No, the word's triumphant.
Triumphant?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that word. No.
Are you going to heckle him? Yeah, it's
Oh.
triumphant.
You can heckle me all night. Okay. If you've got anything to say, see me after this. Can table 10 hear me? Can you put your hand up? Brilliant. That's wonderful. That's what I like to hear. So first of all, thank you very much for coming. Very, very much for coming. It's a little bit of a way out, but a lot of people have come a very, very long way, as you'll tell from the table labels. Atlanta, Varsveld, all over the place. But I'm not going to mention everybody, but a lot of people made a very big effort to come, and we really thank you. And I know Lau, Catherine would like to thank you very much. So thank you very much. A round of applause to all those people that come a very, very long way. Thank you very much. And of course, there's a lot of people who haven't come. I'm not going to go into all the names of people who haven't come, but certainly there's some messages that Thomas has got, and I must make a special mention of Thomas. Thomas is Lau's best man. Thomas has had his hands full. Thomas has made sure that Lau has come home 3 nights in a row. How good is that? Wonderful. Okay, I've gone to a lot of weddings, and the trouble... What's my mother doing now?
She's playing football.
What are you doing? You're spoiling my speech. That's my mother, the lady in the dress. I've been to weddings where you think, is that the mother's wife? Is it a grandma? Is it a sister? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start by actually telling you who these people in the... Why has my wife got her head in her hands? Can you see her? I'll start with my wife, Anne. She's the one with her head in her hands like this. Going, oh my God. What is he up to? So the lady in the red is my wife. So that's Anne. The lady in white is the bride. The gentleman here, I think he's smiling. I think he's quite chilled now. He's Lau, the bridegroom. I think he's crying. Lau Senior. No, I hope not. Lau Senior in the blue shirt is Lau's dad, and his wife is Janny. So a round of applause for those. Annemiek is the young lady in the red with the baby, not hers. And Thomas, the bridegroom. The bridegroom. The best man is sitting there, and he has done a wonderful job, and I really thank him for coming over. Okay. He's speaking after me. It's a bit like being after Michael McIntyre on the comedy show. So, you know, you'll be okay, Thomas. Don't worry about it. I don't know Michael. No, the rest of them do, so don't worry about it. So I've introduced the main players. There's one or two people there. There's one or two other people that we hope to get around everybody, because the worst thing about receptions is that people do not mix, and that's what we don't want today. We want people to actually mix and meet each other and find. I've been to weddings where one half doesn't talk to the other half, and it's a little bit embarrassing, but I'm sure everybody will get around and talk to everybody. When I was a lad, I loved music, and probably James will tell you that. I still love music of all kinds, and I love Crosby, Stills and Nash, and if you're from Holland you may have heard of them. If you're about under 25 you probably will never have heard of Crosby, Stills and Nash, and I absolutely adore them, like you probably like rap music today. And particularly I love this song called Teach Your Children. It was a lovely song. It's a sort of tinkly poppy song, and I loved it, but I didn't get the end of it. It was by a man called Graham Nash, who is from Manchester, and he's just been given the OBE for music, and great guy. And he wrote this song called Teach Your Children. And when I was about 18, Teach Your Children means nothing. But actually, I'm beginning to think I know what it means. And the end of the song means, it goes like this, something like this. I'm not going to sing it, because I can't sing. No, I'm not going to sing it. Go on Google and listen to Crosby, Stills and Nash, and they will sing it. And the last three lines are, don't you ever question why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and cry and know they love you. And that's the end of the song. And I thought, I love the song. You know, 18, you have no idea about kids and about children. And I'm beginning to think that actually when I look at my children, that I'm beginning to think what he was on about when you look at them and you cry. Because at the end of the day, they're on their own now, or they're not on their own because I've given them over to other people. And I'm beginning to see what Graham Nash meant by, you know, by the end of the song. So have a listen to it on Google or wherever you listen to songs. It's a bit tinkly pop, it's a lovely song, I'm sure you enjoy it. Now, the hard bit, I haven't rehearsed. I've rehearsed some of it, like teachers do. I've got some punchlines here. What hell do I say about Catherine? What do I say? So I thought what I would do, I would say, this is what happened. I can remember when she was born. Well, you do, don't you? You remember when she was born. The midwife didn't like me. In fact, the midwife, when James was born, sent me out. She said, Mr. Cook, you can't stay in here. I said, why? Because it's a bit, you know, it's a bit like this. We're having a bit of trouble. So I went, but I was determined I was not going to leave when Catherine was born. And I didn't. And she said, Mr. Cook, you've got to go. I said, no, I'm staying here. I'll do what you like. I'll give her the, you know, the gas. I'll just stay here. So I did. So I did see her when Catherine was born. And I saw her first day at school, and I'm going to embarrass Hannah immensely, because Hannah, who's sitting over there, was the first person that Catherine ever saw at primary school, nursery school, when she was not even 4. And she's still here now, which is great. You know, all these years later, the first person she ever saw at school is still here, which is something sweet. So, thank you for coming. I can remember when she won a giant Easter egg. Her mother wrote the story. It was an environmental story, and Anne wrote the story, and Catherine won the Easter egg. Now, she'll tell you she wrote it, but believe me, her mother wrote it, and I was against it. But she won this giant Easter egg, but yay big. It was massive, enormous. Is that true? It's true, isn't it? Yes, it is true.
My boss is here. Remember that? My boss.
Well, where's Mike, her boss? Mike, can you put your hand up? It's true. I swear it's true. I forced it. First time she ever went riding. Catherine loves riding. She got on this cart horse.
Catherine loves riding.
She loves riding. Horses, Frank. Hello. Hello, Isla. Who are you? I mean, all fathers can go on about the first time they saw their daughter doing something, and
Carry on, move on, move on, move on.
Hello. Hello, Ella.
You're going down some dark
Hello. Can I carry on? No? Thank you. Thank you. So, when people say you're proud of Catherine, well, yes, I think what's up... What's sweeter?
She's growling at you, Dave.
Oh, she's growling at me, yes. I'm afraid I'm told not to growl at her. I think the best story I can have is the driving instructor. Catherine passed her test the first time.
Yeah.
Can you hold this a minute? Her driving instructor, when he taught, he went, yes! Yes! And I said to him, did you not think she was going to pass? He said, I sort of thought she would. And he was more pleased than I was, or Catherine was. But I think the main thing is she passed it the first time, and her brother passed it the second time. And she was so...
I didn't mind his town, she deserted him.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. Anyway, of course I'm proud of Catherine. I think the proudest moment I had, we went to Manchester. Catherine, I don't know whether you know this, Catherine did her masters part-time in Manchester, and we went, I think Thomas was there, yes? And Lau, and Anne. And we went to the big concert hall in Manchester, and it was wonderful because she did her masters part-time, and I know there's two of her colleagues here, so thank you for coming, we're really pleased to see you. And I think that was something else because that was something she did in a part-time, and I think that was the proudest moment I had with her. So, thank you for that. Lau, I'm not going to say too much about that because I think Thomas has got a large speech ready. I'm going to mention somebody else as well. I'm going to mention James's wife, Hannah. You probably all know, and if you don't know, you do now, that James is sitting over there with a beard. It's very Seattle. James lives in America. Beards are very Seattle, you know, they're very cool and trendy. And before he went, he is married, and his wife is sitting there, and she's just done something. She's just wet. Hannah. They say you can't pick your children's boyfriends, girlfriends, partners, and so on. But actually, I think I would have picked Lau, and I would have picked Hannah. How cool is that? I'm going to stop now because I can see people doing this. And I was desperately trying to upstage me here. Thank you, darling. Thank you very much. Thank you. What? I read a book a couple of years ago. This is the serious bit. I read a book a couple of years ago that said that your children aren't yours, they are lent to you, and then you pass them on. And I thought, well, that's not original. Where's that come from? And a couple of years later, I read another book, and it said the same thing. And it's obviously an American thing. They get this idea, and they keep putting it in the books. And I actually found out where it came from. And I'm going to read this. This is a guy called Khalil Gibran. He's the third most read poet in the world, and he's Lebanese. And after Shakespeare and some French guy, whose names I can't remember, I do apologise, Bruno. He's the third most well read, and he wrote this. And ever since he wrote it, people have copied it into the books, which is not good. But actually, I think this is really good. This is what I think about my children. This is how I see them. So, although this is very serious, it's actually what I think. So, are you again? What do you want now? Oh, come in then. Hold my hand. Right. Anna's going to read this out without... Okay, so, as far as I see, my children were lent to me, and I'm now passing them on. Well, I'll pass them on. And this is called Your Children Are Not Your Children by Khalil Gibran. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, they do not belong to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they may have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls. For their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but not seek to make them like you. For life goes not backwards, but forwards.
Yay!